Star Wars not learn anything by the fact that they're doing a second Christmas special? I mean, it's a game this time and not a movie, but...
It's Disney now.
Yeah, but the fact that the only Star Wars Christmas special that's in existence up to this point has literally been named the worst thing to ever exist.
I would say it's better than Episode 2 still.
Ooh.
Adam.
I've watched it twice. Episode 2,
We know you're not okay, Charlie.
Is everyone gonna mute themselves during this?
No, this is interactive.
It's an interactive exhibit. The Charlie guy got it.
Let me know whenever you're ready.
Charlie gets server muted.
I'm a minor and I know it's not me.
Stop giving out head. We don't want it.
I wasn't trying to give out habit, I was trying to put it on.
I was going to say speak for yourself, Daniel, but he's a minor, so yeah, I can't have to do it.
Please give it back.
Wait, what does the sign say? Hold on. In 1996. Okay.
No! Dang it. Alright.
Santa Claus ain't got a big sack for nothing.
Don't ask for a sibling for Christmas.
Did I do
Can y'all
that?
stop pushing me?
Didn't mean to do that.
I'm ready.
Oh, did the music die? I put it on repeat. Oh, there it is. Are we ready?
No.
Sir.
Alright, everybody, welcome to the live reading of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Just a quick little thing, welcome in. And this is interactive, so feel free if you have any questions or just want to add something while the story is being read, by all means go ahead. It's an open reading and the audience is part of the performance. So I hope you enjoy this impromptu reading. Woo! Konchawa! I'm going to read you my favorite story. The story of how the Grinch stole Christmas. Settle down by the fire with me, and we will... I'm not going to erase that with an answer. Sit down by this fire and enjoy this story with me. Every who in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. Like the Crunch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas. The whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on right. Could be perhaps his shoes were too tight. But I think the most likely reason of all that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes. No food in the theater! Thank you. He stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-whited windows below in their town, where he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath. Und sie hängen ihr Sturm auf! He snarled with a sneer. Morgen ist Wuschnockel, ist praktisch hell! Then he growled with his clenched fingers nervously drumming. Ich muss bringen! Feinden uns sie wer dem nackten kommt! For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who girls and boys will make up bright and early to watch for the toys. And then the noise. The noise! 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 Ich geb ihm Sorg, die ich hasse. Der ganz lahm. Denn sind der Hus, Jog und Abziehen einen Fischmann. Und sie werden schlemmen, Fest! It would feast on Who pudding and wear Who roast. weihnachtsfest, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the week. And then do something he liked least of all. Every who down in Hoover, the tall and the small, would stand close to Cradle with Christmas bells ring. They'd stand hand in hand, and who would start singing. Sie werden singen und sie werden singen! And the more the Grinch started this, the more who Christmas sings, the more Grinch stopped. Ich muss die ganze Sache aufladen. Nie sieht 43 Jahren habe ich ihn just entragen. Ich muss werden. Es macht den Kopf aber weh. And then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. Ich weiß genau, was so dumm ist. The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and coat. And then he chuckled and clucked. Was für ungraciösen Grinchy-Trick. Nicht diesmal Mandeln, diesmal Hut, sehe ich Glas aus wie St. Nick. Ich blaue nur in Reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since the reindeer are scarce, there's none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No! The Grinch simply said, Wenn ich Reindeer find, mach ich Straßen eines. So he called his dog Max, and he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, Get out! And the sleigh started down towards the homes where the who's lay a snooze in the town. All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. They came to the first house on the square. This is to stop number 1. The old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his vest. He then slid down the chimney, a rather tight pitch. If Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, with the little who stockings all hanging in a row. Der Strumpf, he grinned. Sind wir es denn die oder müssen? Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums. And then he stuffed them in bags, so Grinch, very nimble, stuffed them all back up the chimney. Then he slunk into the icebox and he took the who's feast. He took the who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Right back Grinch even took the last can of who hat. Then he stuffed up all food, except Jimmy with glee. I'm no good, the Grinch. Ich werde die Bomben stoppen. And then Grinch grabbed the tree. He started to shove. They heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and saw a small who, little see, a little who was no more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by his tiny who daughter, who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, warum nicht du uns sagen, hast den Ball, warum? But you know, that old Grinch was so smart, so slick. He thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. Na, mein Schuster Grinch, lobt der fast Santa Claus. Es gibt ihm nicht oft diesen Mann, das öfteren Leckestest. Also nimm ich mich nach Hause in mein Rückstanden. Ich würde es so verklagen, dann wäre es so gegangen. And he stepped to the child and he patted her on the head. And he got her a drink and sent her to bed. And when Cinderella who went to bed with her cup, he went up the chimney and stuffed that tree out. And the last thing he took was a log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself through a while, and on the walls he left nothing but some hooks and wine. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a corn that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to other whose houses, leaving corn much too small for other whose nests. It was quarter past dawn, all the who's still abed. All the who's still snooze when he packed up his swag and packed up with the presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, and the tinsels, the trimming, the trappings, 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Carmel, the world with the nose and tip-top to dump it. Cuckoo, on die fools, was Grinsby humming.
Sie den Jazz heraus, das kann den Hosten kommt. Sie wagen gerade auf, ich weiß genau, was sie tun werden. Ich werde werden ein oder zwei Minuten aufhangen. Dann werden bei uns unten in Himmel alle weinen. Das ist ein Geräusch, grüßt der Grinch, das muss ich im Fallen hören.
Santa-sama.
Yeah.
Why is the Grinch Italian?
Italian?
In World War II, and since Italy was kind of like an in-between, this is like a good way to have a Christmas story that's safe for both sides. So,
Okay, thank you.
Wouldn't that be the Russians? Didn't they go on both sides? Sorry.
So we don't allow communism up in this. Okay, so he paused and the Grinch put his hand to his ear and they hear sound rising over the snow. Started low, it started to grow, but the sound wasn't sad, the sound was merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry. Merry! He stared down the wheel, the Grinch popped his eyes, then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every who down in Hoover, the tall and the small was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming in. It came! Somehow or other, it just came the same. And the Grinch with his Grinch feet ice cold in snow stood puzzling and puzzling.
Wie kommt es so sein? Es geht Brande, es geht Tags, es geht Paket, Kissen over Taschen.
And then it took him 3 hours to puzzle a story, and the Grinch had something he hadn't before.
Wellet kommen Haken, dacht nicht unverstafft. Wir hätten irgendwann dachten, wellet.
And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say, and the Grinch saw how to do 3 times that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. He brought back the toys and the food for the feast, and he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef.
Das endlich.
And that's how the Grinch stole Christmas. I must go.
Getting ass for so
Yay!
short.
Woo!
Yay!
I didn't know you spoke German. just the angry Hitler rant, and then in the background, just jingle bells.
So one thing I realized is who rhymes with Jew, so I didn't know if that would get tied in. I can't forgot I was in creative too and destroyed it.
Yeah, I was watching. I'm like, okay, so if we do this a second time, could you fix everything back, please?
Do you mind if I take some of
Wait,
the
Amanda
time?
got on.
That's
Oh, no, it's Francis. Put the Amanda's in.
You just noticed.
Yes.